marketing for Chime, and I'm here with our product manager, Jacob Hartog, who's behind the screen over here. Thank you to Empire Startups for having us here today to demo Chime. We're really excited to show you. So Chime is a bank account designed for your smartphone. It makes it easy to save money and stay on top of your finances. The product's been around for about 2.5 years. We now have close to 200,000 accounts that have been opened by our members. We're based right here in San Francisco, just down the street. We have about 28 employees, and we've raised $21 million to date, including from Aspect Ventures. Lauren Kolodny is going to be here later to talk about lending, and she's one of our investors. So our founders, who are Chris Britt and Ryan King, our CEO and CTO, they started Chime because they saw a huge opportunity to reinvent consumer banking from the ground up. Our mission is to create a bank account that actually helps people live healthier financial lives, particularly for young people or millennials, which we know are not happy with the big banks. Unless you talk to some of the big bank executives. So here's a quote from the CEO of Chase saying that they say millennials don't like banks. I say yeah until that first paycheck. Then they direct deposit and they love Chase. And so the data actually tells a different story. This is some data from research by Bain and Foundation Capital that shows the NPS scores, or Net Promoter Scores, for the big banks. And you can see here that the cable companies and the airlines are doing better than most of the big banks. Now, to be fair to Chase, they're actually doing better than a lot of the other big banks. But we believe love shouldn't be a relative thing. We're really proud to say that our NPS scores are in the 70 range. And here's how we're doing it. So we're focused on bridging what we call the great disconnect between what the big banks are offering and what millennials really want. Number one, they want a bank account that protects them and that helps them save money. And that's really hard to do when you profit from fees or maybe from opening rogue accounts like we've seen with Wells Fargo. Second, millennials actually prefer to pay with debit card. Now, this might not be true for most of the people in this audience, but the research shows almost 70% of millennials prefer to pay for debit card, and it's again because they want control. They also want a modern brand, a refreshing brand, a mobile experience that's beautifully designed, not necessarily the big buildings and the stagecoach. And finally, and this is the most exciting part here, is that as financial services becomes unbundled because of everyone here in the room today and all of the companies that are emerging, consumers now have more choice than ever for where they go for their financial services. And we believe that the bank of the future is going to be open and connected and allow people to choose. Unlike what we're seeing with the big banks, in fact, Jamie Dimon, I think in his latest shareholder letter, said that they're starting to throttle access from third-party apps, including apps like Mint. So let me tell you a little bit about Chime, and I'm going to jump in the demo. So when you sign up, you get a FDIC-insured spending account, a savings account, and a Visa debit card. There's no monthly fees, no overdraft. We have a huge fee-free ATM network. We have a beautiful app that's been featured by the App Store in Apple for top money management apps and banking apps. We send you notifications to keep you in control. And finally, we have what is emerging as this connected hub. So let me jump into the demo now and show you what I mean by that. So one of the ways that we help people stay in control is that we send you notifications. This is an example of a morning balance alert. So I wake up knowing exactly where I stand with my account. I can go into the app with Touch ID on Apple, with Fingerprint ID on Android, and I can see in the app now my spending account balance and my savings account balance at a glance. Below that, I can see my last 3 transactions. I can see I went with an Uber twice. I bought something from Amazon. Then we present the most frequently used features in the app for me personally. So we personalize this so it's really easy to get around the app. And then finally, these are my linked accounts. So I can see my Fidelity account, I can see my Citi credit card, and my Charles Schwab account inside of my Chime app with the balances when they've been updated. I can even make transfers in and out of my linked accounts with my Chime account right inside the Chime app. And then lastly, we have offers. And again, we're trying to personalize to help people lead healthier financial lives. Here we want to say, let's reduce your credit card bill with an offer from Avant as a personal loan, and we'll give you $100 to do that. So again, we want to curate the best financial services products out there to actually help our members. I'll also show you our fee-free ATM finder. So this is just around our Chime office. Actually, you can see some of the 24,000 fee-free ATMs that we have worldwide, or nationwide. And then the next thing I want to do is show you what it's like to actually use your card. So let's say I have my card connected to Uber. I get out of the Uber ride. I immediately get this transaction notification in real time. So it serves as a sort of a digital receipt but it's also a great security mechanism because anytime there's any activity on my account, I'm the first person to know about it. So I can click on this and go into my transaction history. The other thing that we're doing that our members really love is that we're helping them answer this question at the end of the month. Where did my money go? What did I spend it on? So we're starting to provide more context and detail around your spending history and your spending patterns. So here you can see this is my 9th ride with Uber this month. I've spent $85.92. And let's say I had a transaction I didn't recognize, or I want more detail about this ride. I can click into Uber from here, clicking on this view ride, and I can connect to my Uber account and see the detail in the Uber account. I can go in and look at the map and remember what this ride was. Another example of that is like my Amazon purchase. I can click to view website. It'll take me into my Amazon account, and then I can see, oh, right, I bought these couple of books. Another example with our Pay Friends feature, which is an instant peer-to-peer payment feature. We could add memos so you can remember what you were paying for. What happens is you can see Pay Friends. We also have the ability to connect to local merchants. So if you see a local merchant, it'll provide the address right there in your transaction detail. You can click on the address and you can actually see the map and see where the merchant's located, which is really helpful if you want to remember these transactions. The other thing we want to show you is like down at the bottom of the app is the Move Money section. So that's all the ways you move money in and out of the account. The primary way people fund the account is through direct deposit. So there's a nice little way you can click and you can have an email sent to you with your direct deposit form to give to your employer. If you need to pay a bill with ACH, you can get your routing and account number right there in the app, which is surprisingly hard to do in a lot of big bank accounts. And you can copy it to the clipboard. If you ever need to send a paper check in the mail, you can tap to send a check, fill out the name and the address, and we'll put it in the mail for you. You can do transfers between your spending account and your savings account, and then finally, and with your linked accounts. And then finally, with Peer Friends, you can send money to other Chime members instantly. And then in our next release, one of the things we have coming is that you can send money to anybody by connecting with Venmo. The other thing I wanted to show you is how the automatic savings program works. So with every transaction in your savings account, you would see all of the roundups with every single transaction, and then you'd see your nice 10% bonus on Fridays. And the last thing I was going to show you also was the support. So we have in-app support to provide support when our members need it. So you can send a message, and then very soon we're going to be launching a chat bot. And this is something, I know there's a panel on this later today, so I wanted to mention that. And we're really excited to bring that to our members who've been asking for it. They really want that sort of real-time, instant information, so we're going to do that from a support standpoint as well. And then the last cool thing I had is we launched a sticker pack with iOS 10 in our last release. We've been really encouraging our members to chime in for the election this year, and so we have this fun sticker, chime in, remind everyone to go vote tomorrow.
All right. Thank you very much, Shane.